So, another reaction video for the first day of September, and, once again, reacting to another Nostalgia Critic video. Yes, but an interesting fact about all this, at first, I was considering me and my dad reacting to a Nostalgia Critic video, not this that I'm reacting to, and, you read the title of which Nostalgia Critic video I'm reacting to. The Nostalgia Critic video I considered on me and my dad reacting to, it was the Nostalgia Critic's review of Bean, the first Mr. Bean film. But unfortunately, couldn't get the chance to reacting to it, and because my dad, he had currently been busy for a trip and so on, if you guys did or did not know about that. But that's not to say that me and my dad will not react to the Nostalgia Critic's review of Bean. It'll be saved for later and down the road, hopefully not for long. So yeah, we'll get to doing it eventually. So, and I planned this, if there was a chance that me and my dad would not react to the Nostalgia Critic's review of Bean, then the alternative / plan B was for me to react to this. And again, you read the title, you know which Nostalgia Critic video I'm reacting to, which being the top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes. That's right. And as you guys know, that earlier, there was another reaction video that came out, which being the first reaction video for the first day of September, which was my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic's review of Mystery Men. I decided to just, why not have there be two reaction videos for the first day of September, and both being Nostalgia Critic videos. So yeah, and if any of you have not seen my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic's review of Mystery Men, go check it out before watching this. So, anyways. So, with all that out of the way, Nostalgia Critic's top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Critic, he is a huge fan of Tom and Jerry, and yeah, I too am a Tom and Jerry fan. I wouldn't consider myself a diehard Tom and Jerry fan, but I do respect the iconic cartoon duo very well, and, not to mention, Tom and Jerry are two important cartoon characters in, cartoon / animation history. No doubt about it. And as we all should know, because Nostalgia Critic has reviewed a lot of Tom and Jerry materials, from the Tom and Jerry movie in the early 1990s, the two direct-to-DVD Tom and Jerry films where they crossed paths with two iconic movies, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, remember when those were a thing, when they came out? I tell ya. And also, Nostalgia Critic did a review on the live-action Tom and Jerry film, Tom and Jerry, they were in cartoon form, but they were in the real world. Yeah, that film. So, and it's nice to see that Nostalgia Critic is doing a top 11 list of some of the best Tom and Jerry episodes. This is very fitting and a really good idea. Surprising that he hadn't done this yet until now. And I have a good feeling, which Tom and Jerry shorts, cartoons, would probably be in this top 11 list. I have a good guess. And especially one. Because before recording this, I was thinking to myself, I don't see why this one would be in the top 11 list. So, you get my point. Alright, so with all that being said, also I'm actually going to be eating breakfast while watching this, reacting to this, that is. Alright, so without further ado, we shall begin the Nostalgia Critic video of the top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, volume's good. No sponsor for the intro. And be ready, as always with the Nostalgia Critic videos. ads. Alright, let's get on.
There was darkness.
Let's get on with it.
There was shingles. Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh! Yeah, pretty gross. The
Yep.
truth is the pain hurt so much I couldn't shave my head or put on my hat or glasses. It's bizarre.
Aww.
But even that ain't gonna keep me from getting y'all a Nostalgia Critic video this week. So, in this audio-only vid, we're gonna talk about something we've talked about a lot on this channel, Tom and Jerry. We've talked about the good, the bad, and the... Jesus.
Yep.
I've narrowed down what the absolute best of the best is when it comes to the iconic.
That one.
So much phenomenal writing, creative slapstick, and blood.
That I was thinking of.
It's strange to think I never just sat down and listed what I thought were the best shorts of this timeless team. So, because even on a sick day I want to work, I'm going to give you what I think is their top 11 best shorts. Why top 11? Because I'm sick, okay? I'll get you a review next week. This is the top 11 best Tom
Okay,
and Jerry
Doug.
episodes.
Actually, yeah, because, like, I mean, this came out earlier, so by now, because he got back into being on camera, so...
The Flying Cat. Nothing too much to say about this one apart from, it's just funny. Tom tries to gobble up a house canary, but when Jerry saves him from his clutches, Tom improvises turning a girdle into a pair of wings. This idea is simple, yet creative. We've seen plenty of cartoons that invent something that makes them fly, but something about Tom with those pink wings really seems to stay with people. Anyone who sees this episode remembers it. Part of that, too, is the slapstick is just done great. Tom's expressions whenever something goes wrong are delightfully clueless. The sound effects every time he's hit are creatively painful.
Of course. Poor Tom.
Tom in the air sets up a lot of inventive scenarios. The short also has a lot of good build-up from Tom slowly approaching Jerry, from the music holding on this one suspenseful note until Tom's completely off range. Also, I don't know about you, but my nether regions hurt like hell whenever I watch this. Thank God they all have Ken genitalia. Their screams
Painful.
would be very high-pitched. Nothing much else to talk about. It's just a solid short with some solid laughs.
Maybe I have seen this one, but it's been so long since I've seen that.
Number 10.
What's number 10?
The Night Before Christmas. This is one of their earlier shorts.
Yeah, I remember this one.
And even screams are a little different.
Yeah.
Be told the slapstick is only okay.
The early Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Trying to find their footing, but honestly, it still has some good animation, all around good atmosphere. Jerry starts playing with toys under the tree on Christmas Eve, resulting in Tom chasing him down. After a lot of back and forth shenanigans, Tom throws him out of the house into a snowstorm, and in a rather sweet moment, he fears for his safety. He leaves the door open,
Yeah,
hoping he'll find
he's not
his way
that
back,
cruel.
And when he doesn't, he goes searching for him on his own. It's one of the few times in the Hanna-Barbera days the two really end up caring about each other in a way that's done right, and it results in a fair amount of heart. The backgrounds are also gorgeous in this, really giving this short an elegant and warm feel. When you're outside, you really feel the bitter cold, and when you're inside, the heat of the fire comes across so strong you practically feel warmed up yourself. On top of that, there's just Christmas everywhere in this. The imagery,
Well,
the
duh.
choir singing carols.
It's a Christmas short, you know, all about
It's
Christmas.
the spirit of caring at the end. Well, not one of the funnier ones, it is one of the more emotional ones. It makes you want to snuggle up under a blanket and watch it with a warm cup of hot chocolate. With an occasional electric current here. It's good holiday-friendly stuff.
When I first saw this, it always made me laugh when, like, Jerry went, boo! So,
Number 9.
what's number 9?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse. This one certainly dives into the mad scientist tropes that were so popular at the time. Jerry keeps stealing Tom's milk no matter how many times he hides it. Tom gets his revenge, though, by putting in, I don't know, chemicals that aren't that different from what we put in milk, resulting in, weirdly enough, the opposite reaction.
Becomes muscular.
Jerry becomes stronger than ever, but it has a limited lifespan, meaning he has to keep juicing in order to keep kicking Tom's ass. In a nice twist, Jerry makes the same concoction, but when Tom steals it and drinks it, it has the same effect, making him the size Jerry was when he took it. In fact, it works too well, making him smaller and smaller to where Jerry can whoop him without the milk roids.
I forgot about that.
Point, lot of trademarks of old mad scientists and monster movies, incorporating a lot of shadow work, puffs of smoke with bubbling liquids, and inventive transformations. All they have
That
to do is make
joke.
Jerry drink this stuff and grow muscles.
Anytime
Instead, he
there's
goes through this
bubbles, like, you
weird
gotta play
process
that.
of, like starting up a car with an engine that's about to explode. Even the way Jerry walks with the slow musical score is very reminiscent of giant, towering threats walking slowly towards them.
Yeah.
Only in this case, it's funnier because he isn't towering over Tom at all. Whether it's for its little touches or bombastic violence, this cartoon is both the civilized and beastly side of zaniness covered.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure, like, I have...
Mr. Clean Master
jeez,
Racer
like, an ad. Like I said, like, you know, with these ads, I tell you, especially in Nostalgia Critic videos, I was gonna say, that I'm pretty sure, like, any Tom and Jerry cartoon that's in this top 11 list, I probably have seen before, but it's been so long since I've seen some of these. And that, for example, the Dr. Jekyll and Hyde one. So, anyways, so let this ad finish. And there's another ad that's about to play. Don't you just love it? Just like, and also because if I hadn't said this before, like, it's a pain when it comes to editing, and for me, because like trying to sink in, you get my point. So, anyways, even like say like okay, I also like to point out even when ads are playing, even if it's like something that how do I put this, like ads would play. Not just when, like, say, an ad is supposed to play in the middle of a Nostalgia Critic video. You know, when a commercial break. You get my point. So, there's that. Alright. Well, okay, hold on a second. Turn up the volume again. And we shall continue. Alright, what's number 8?
Jerry's cousin. This has to be one of my favorite Tom and Jerry characters, and for whatever reason, he's only
This one I
used in this
remember.
one episode. Muscles is Jerry's incredibly fit cousin, whom just so happens to look exactly like him. When times are getting too much for Jerry, he reaches out to Muscles for help, and surprisingly, they don't do the switch identity scenario.
Nope.
Not until the end, at least. Muscles beats the shit out of Tom, and every time he tries to fight back or even build his own muscle, he gets his ass handed to him. After recruiting cats from a Norm Macdonald movie and still
Dirty work.
surrenders unaware that Jerry has finally taken his place at the end.
Yep.
The overall attitude of this episode is great, and so much of that comes from the over-the-top tough guy routine.
Yep.
Muscles is just a great character. His design is great despite him looking like Jerry with a chipmunk shirt. I don't know why Cartoon Ruin's weird. And his voice?
Listen, pussycat. Don't let me catch you picking on my little cousin while I'm around.
I almost forget that he talked.
Is, but I love it.
Relax, cousin. Nothing's gonna happen.
It's like Terry Malloy if he was played by Harvey Fierstein. Everything about this character is hilarious.
Yeah. Marlon Brando.
These hit cats are
Go
also
on,
great,
cousin.
despite only having a few seconds of screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenks.
Okay.
I feel like every new character you just get right away because of how comedically fast they have to get them across. You instantly understand their identity in a few seconds. Obviously, the violence centering around both the on-screen and off-screen strength of Muscles is what makes it so uniquely fun. I really feel
Knockout.
like more with this guy in a similar vein like what they did with Droopy suddenly becoming strong when he gets angry and beats somebody up. Maybe he's like Popeye Spinach, like he's Jerry's last
Didn't know
minute
that.
solution, or they could have played with some creative ways to actually defeat him. Like maybe Tom comes up with a concoction, like from the last one we were talking about. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many opportunities with this guy. Still,
Yeah.
it was pretty great and led to one hell of a funny episode.
And if his cousin made more appearances, like, you know, wouldn't hurt.
Number 7.
Well, other family relatives of Jerry.
Mike's Follies. Yeah, I had to work in at least one episode with Tuffy in there. Lord knows gotta make up for what they did with him later.
Okay, we get the point.
The humor are all on point. That's not what makes this short stand out. What makes it stand out is the surprisingly simple beauty of it. Jerry and Tuffy fill the kitchen with water and then freeze it by rewiring the fridge.
Oh my gosh.
Entire room into a skating rink, which
I don't think I've seen this one.
There's been a lot of skating scenarios in cartoons before, but this time they take to really letting you enjoy the creativity and, in a strange way, wonder of this setup. And it is really appreciated.
Yeah.
Even just filling the kitchen with water, they really let you enjoy both what a silly but also kind of whimsical visual this is, with the music playing a big part in pulling you in.
I'm curious, like, when this came out...
I think every kid immediately recognizes
I'll talk about it later.
ballet from, well, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh yeah, there was another Tom and Jerry cartoon where they used Once Upon a Dream.
Yes, most kids are probably gonna think
I think
of
it was
It's
the
hard to
bowling
think of
one.
another piece of music that would make this feel as weirdly elegant. Just look at the image of this frozen kitchen. It's almost like a surreal painting you'd see in a museum.
Yeah.
It is still really funny, but the punch is still jolting Tom out of his sense of worth. One of my favorite reactions with him flying into the basement and readying his revenge.
Uh-oh.
I love how you have to piece together what happened here. He dived headfirst into a bucket. It was so hard he burst a hole in it. He turned himself right side up, unable to get it off, and just kept it on as a metal skirt.
That face.
And grabbed a weapon to fight back on his way upstairs. The expression on his face is definitely one that has gone through all that.
I think that's gonna be the thumbnail.
What I consider another classic visual with Tom getting frozen today. Hey, 2 callbacks.
Hey. That joke.
Kind of enchanting animated short.
A meme, I should say, because that's a meme that Doug created. I was frozen today!
Number 6.
Right, down to number 6. And then we'll get to the top 5.
A lion escapes the circus and befriends Jerry, hoping he can get him.
Did I see this one?
Jerry agrees, but only after he helps to take out another feline
Maybe.
who has a talent of interrupting plans. This one is funny for all the reasons you'd think it'd be funny. The lion, I swear, must have been loosely inspired by Wizard of Oz with his voice and demeanor. Yet he still comes across enough as his own unique character and not a ripoff.
So you help me get back to the jungle, please?
Yeah, maybe just a little.
This town is never sure if it's actually a lion in his house or if Jerry somehow became miraculously strong.
There was another one where an elephant came in their house.
Associated with the best Tom and Jerry jokes, like Tom holding his chin out defiantly urging to be hit, only to get exactly what he asked for. How can you not laugh at that face of undiluted cockiness just begging to be obliterated? It plays in proportions, surprising both the foil and the audience. And it has one of the funniest combinations of Tom's scream when he thinks he's cornered Jerry in a closet, not knowing the lion is in there with him.
Well, we've heard that. We've heard those screams before.
First initial smack sounds so surprised, let down, and painful all in one grunt.
That goes by quick.
The lion on a boat to Africa, and though brief, you do feel a legit friendship between these two as once again.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
The somber music leaves us on a bittersweet, but still kind of nice moment.
Goodbye. Goodbye, pal. So long.
It's a funny short with a good friendship.
Sad to say goodbye to a friend you just made. So, maybe I have seen this one before, but it's been so long, so... Another ad. Well, since we're down to the top 5, like, yeah. Usually, I guess, and, like, as of now, like, whenever Nostalgia Critic does top 11 videos, when it comes to, when we're up to the top 5, and the commercial would play.
This is probably one of the darkest
Heavenly
episodes.
Puss.
It literally opens with Tom dying and going to heaven, being told that if he doesn't get forgiveness for the one he wronged, being Jerry, he'll burn in hell for all eternity. This could be played for laughs, and in much of the cartoon it is. There's also a lot of heavy and even disturbing moments. Probably the most unsettling one being a bag of drowned kittens making their way to the pearly gates.
Oh, God.
What some people won't do.
God damn, Tom and Jerry.
Cartoons back then. What can you do?
Going to hell. This short ain't fooling around. Well, actually, it was all a dream. But still,
Looney Tunes did some of those.
The usual fare you'd expect.
Hell and so on.
Hurry, Tom. Hurry.
It does result in a nice enough ending, and of course there are the usual follies, but there's also a little bit more weight to this one. There's a a legit sense of dread, hoping Tom gets Jerry's forgiveness while hopping through a series of what should be simple hoops, like Jerry not believing him or even just a pen not working. But in the moment, these seconds are literally defining his life. The fact that it does take a more somber tone is interesting, though. Even this train conductor doesn't really have a silly or zany voice. It's more of a kind, elderly angel who really wants Tom to succeed, but knows he had several chances while he was living as well.
With a record like that, I can't let you through. I'm sorry, Tom. If you can obtain the signature of that little mouse, you will be permitted.
Doug's right.
It's a different kind of
About the
feel,
voice.
but it is still Tom and Jerry. And despite it getting so heavy, it never quite loses track of that. If you haven't checked this one out, there's a sure chance in hell you'll find it interesting.
That's funny. Like, Doug has done that before, like saying something that goes with like a scene.
Mouse in Manhattan. This is another one that relies less on slapstick and more on atmosphere, as Jerry decides he's done fighting with Tom in the middle of nowhere and makes his way to the big city, only to find out it's not everything it's cracked up to be. This obviously has a tip of the hat to the town mouse and the country mouse, with Jerry entering a world he thinks he'll adore but ends up getting swallowed up by it and yearning for his original home. Tom only shows up at the beginning and end, focusing mainly on Jerry's adventure, but its visual storytelling told through the stylized backgrounds, elegant music, and Jerry's expressions really do make it a magical yet still threatening journey. The city is made to look so grand and beautiful, really capturing the artistry of many.
I think I have seen this.
But it also has that sense of foreboding, like something is lurking in the shadows and can get you at any moment.
Beware of the cats.
It's definitely a short you watch for how visually pleasing it is as opposed to the humor, which is not to say it doesn't have its funny moments. Honestly, this whole short is worth it just to look at the backgrounds alone, with the colors that both leap out at you but feel comfortably settled. You can't say this doesn't capture the size and awe, but also intensity and mayhem of a major city. I really enjoy too when he returns and he bumps his head on the Home Sweet Home sign and smiles, as if to say, yeah, it's not perfect, but that's part of what makes it home. It's a nice little touch.
And Tom had still been asleep.
It's a great short with great imagery, great music, and an obvious but still admirable lesson.
Yep. And this one centering fully on Jerry. So.
Number 3.
All right, we're down to the top 3.
Cat Concerto. This is the
Yes.
cartoon that won them an Academy Award. Not without controversy. We'll get to the end of it. I said it once again.
Of course.
Tom is playing Hungarian Rhapsody for a packed house, but Jerry leaves
So
the
obvious.
piano and starts messing up his performance due to Tom interrupting his nap. This is one where the timing and music take center stage. The way they take this piece of music and animate it to comedic violence goes hand in mousetrap. As the piece keeps building, so does the slapstick, resulting in a great third act where Jerry takes over playing and traps Tom in a loop where he just keeps trying to end the piece, but Jerry keeps starting it over. It's both great to watch and great to listen to.
Yep.
It's almost like a comedic fantasia, working in elegant animation that matches every beat of the music.
Yeah, good point.
When it needs to break off to get a laugh. If you want proof of how well this is done, look at another short that was nominated the same year for an Academy Award with the exact same premise, but from a different studio, Rhapsody Rabbit.
Yes.
Just about everything about this setup is the same, including the music. The only difference is, thankfully, the jokes.
Yes. The jokes are different in both of them.
And while neither director accused the
two
other
of
of
them.
thievery, Joseph Barbera did famously bring up that Tom and Jerry fighting this scenario makes sense. But what's a rabbit doing with a mouse? There's a good video by Tomb Raider discussing the controversy you should check out. And while I do like Rhapsody Rabbit a lot, there's no contest. Cat Concerto is definitely done better. The jokes feel more natural and organic, not just with the cat and mouse team up, but also in the way they're naturally structured and build upon each other. Bugs Bunny ends with the mouse pulling out a mini piano to best him. It's not nearly as clever as Jerry forcing Tom to play the finale over and over to death just because it's artistically pleasing. It's amazing music and amazing animation with an amazing coincidence.
Big coincidence, for that matter.
Who's gonna need more time?
Stupid ads. I tell ya. Alright, yeah, because, like, I almost forgot about that, but yeah, thanks for reminding me, Doug, because, yeah, the coincidence of the Bugs Bunny short, you know, of him playing piano and a mouse being there, so... And it was the first one that I saw with Bugs Bunny, and then I saw the one with Tom and Jerry. So the first one that I saw was Bugs Bunny, and this one, Tom and Jerry. You know, I think, yeah, it makes total sense for the Tom and Jerry one, because, you know, Tom and Jerry and, you know, Cat and Mouse, you get my point, but, you know, the Bugs Bunny one, like, yeah, I mean, Doug... I understand what Doug is saying, because, yeah, like, why would a mouse be there, and why is the mouse, like, you know, giving Bug such a hard time with his piano performance? But who cares, you know? The one with Bugs Bunny, it was still good. It was, you know, and yeah, because as Doug pointed out, both of those, the jokes are different, you know, of what the characters are doing, especially Jerry and the mouse that's taking on Bugs Bunny. Yeah, so there's that. Even though, yeah, they're doing the same music, like... Alright, and not to mention, because that piece of music being very famous, you know, in some cartoons, like Looney Tunes used some of it a little bit, and most famously, the piano duet with Daffy and Donald in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Of course, so there's that. Alright, so this ad to finish. Okay, we're good. Alright, two more.
Number 2.
Two more.
Saturday evening puss.
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore.
This was almost.
Is that
number one
Bob's
for me.
Burgers?
The top spot is just a little bit better. That's just a
Yeah.
good idea about how
I remember this one very well.
this is. Again, kind of depending on which one you see. Again, we'll get to that in a bit.
I've seen the original.
The night, allowing him to throw a party once again,
With
waking up Jerry
Nammy
from his
Two Shoes? Is that the name?
Stop to the noise. Hijinks ensue. The zany imagery, slapstick, and voice acting all take center stage. Not only do they find clever ways to play instruments that aren't normally instruments,
Still catchy.
as well as visually show how
Brum,
Jerry
brum,
is
brum,
nuts
brum.
by all of it. But we get to hear some of the funniest gibberish out of Jerry.
We get what he's trying to say, but we can't.
The party environment is a lot of fun and keeps the energy high, but by far what cements this as a classic is the ending. Jerry calls the owner, letting her know what's
Yes.
going on, and all that has to happen is she returns home and throws them out. 1, 2, done. Honestly, just this edit would be totally serviceable.
Excuse me!
But that's not what happens. This is a joke that builds upon itself so much, I actually
We do see a
have to
glimpse
count
of
the layers.
Nammy Two Shoes'
There's
face
her
as
getting
she's
a car
running.
Rushing out. There's her running so fast she makes a car engine noise.
Yes, and right here, we do see a glimpse of her
There's
face.
her arriving so pissed she doesn't burst through the door, but rather with the door.
Yes.
The others so clueless they just open the door like any other guest. There's the combination of her reaction and their reaction. There's Tom
Yes.
trying to close the door thinking that'll save him. There's the owner so
No.
filled with anger that the door breaks through her arm. There's her arm stopping Tom from leaving. There's a massacre she's unloading on them that's so big you can see it from far away. There's them
Yes.
getting kicked out of the house. And finally there's them
And
getting
10?
hit so hard they form a totem.
Yes!
That's 11 layers of comedy in a span of 20 seconds.
Perfect.
Goddamn phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, this isn't the ending everybody sees.
Nope.
Okay, it's hard to sum up quickly, but Tom's owner is a racial caricature of the time. Hell, her name is Mammy Two Shoes.
Mammy Two
While there were
Shoes.
many worse depictions in cartoons, even in Tom and Jerry, admittedly, this caricature doesn't have the best history. So in the 60s, they replaced her with a white girl. And I do mean girl. She looks like the babysitter from another Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Oh, yeah. I never thought of that.
June Foray. And by God,
June Foray.
even though I love June Foray, this is just not as funny. If you want
Yeah.
Really confusing. I remember seeing a version of this where it's the white girl with the black woman's voice.
A party? At my house?
Yeah, it was bizarre. The original voice of Tom.
Well, why didn't
Randolph? You may remember from It's a Wonderful Life.
Ah.
Whoopi Goldberg did a really great DVD introduction talking about why erasing her performance, though a caricature, was not the right way to go about it. I definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't.
Yes.
Removing Mammy Two Shoes from this collection would be the same as pretending that she never existed. A part of our history that cannot and should not be ignored.
And that comes from Whoopi Goldberg. Like, I applaud her for that.
Is 10 times funnier. And not because of any stereotyping, but because she made us identify with the anger anyone would have had there. The version you see, this has some of the
Mammy Two Shoes had some funny moments for sure, and when she confronted Tom.
Musical, imaginative, and with an 11-layer joke, how can that not be high up on a top 11 list?
Yes. Well said, Doug. Well said.
Before I get to number one, it goes without saying, there's a ton of great runners-up.
Honorable mentions.
These cartoons are worth checking out once you finish up these episodes. If you've missed any of these, you're missing something really.
Musketeers.
With that
And
said,
the Bodyguard.
One greatest Tom and Jerry episode is...
What is it?
Mouse Trouble.
Yeah.
This is the most generic title for the most generic scenario of what should be the most generic episode. But it pulls out, in my opinion, the biggest laughs of any Tom and Jerry short. The premise
I'm sure
is
so, yeah.
simple.
I've seen this one
Tom is
before.
reading a book about how to trap mice, and he tries every one of them on Jerry. That's it. It's the most bare-bones Tom and Jerry short you can imagine, but it does it better than any of the previous ones. The timing, sound effects, screams, expressions, it's all done to perfection. If someone has never seen a Tom and Jerry cartoon before, this is the one to show them.
I've seen clips like that and the mousetrap.
Joke started in this one. When the book says a corner mouse never fights and Tom gets beaten up, he says,
Yes.
Why did he say it like that? This is a character that barely talks.
And he would say it again.
Where they make him sound like a drunk demon for no reason. It's so strange and random, it feels like a Ren and Stimpy joke. Recognize this meme? It also comes from here. To make it funnier, when the gun goes off, he spends the rest of his time with this red toupee. That could work for just the next cutaway joke, but he keeps it throughout the entire thing. That's dedication. The sound editing is some of the best in any of these cartoons. Like when he tries to lure Jerry into his mouth with this wind-up toy. It's so good. The frustration builds so much, just losing a tooth after eating that toy is enough to finally push him past his breaking point.
Oh, jeez.
There's a bunch of great little details in this, like the names of the romantic restaurant or some of these explosions. And good God, these are the funniest sounds Tom has ever made.
Yeah.
Bill Hanna famously did all of Tom's screams and yells, and this is hands down the best collection of them.
Bill Hanna. That's cool when, like, creators of cartoons, they would lend their voices. You get my point.
In my opinion, the funniest Tom yell of all time. It's when he sets up a bear trap only to have Jerry place it behind him. And the best thing is, it's broken up into 2 parts.
Yes.
There is so much pain in that yell. And
why would Doug fake his laugh? Like,
while he's still clearly in pain from that thing. I'm sorry. I achieve comedy nirvana every time I hear this.
it still hurts, like, even with his head.
You can't get lightning in a bottle, but man, you can record pure joy in a moment. And this is that moment.
Couldn't even get through that one. I understand, Doug.
This is Tom and Jerry. It's everything Tom and Jerry is. Just a cat trying to catch a mouse, done to perfection. There's others that are more artistically pleasing or reveal more character or tell a bit more of a story, but if you were to say point to the best Tom and Jerry cartoon, the funniest one that also sums up exactly what it is at its core, this has to be my #1 choice. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I get your point.
God damn it. It's hilarious. It is absolute perfection.
And lost the wig, you know. Stop playing it! Like, you're gonna kill yourself. Laugh yourself to death, that is.
Do you agree with my list? If not,
No,
what are your
I respect your
all-time
list.
favorite Tom and Jerry cartoons? What are some of your favorite all-time Tom and Jerry moments? Let me know in the comments down below and keep reminding people why this iconic duo is still so goddamn funny. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and I'll be better next week.
Yeah, again, because I think after...
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God!
No, you should have played the other clip, where he's like...
So long, cousin.
No, you should have played the other clip in the Bean film, you know, oh God, like, you know,
This month for cameos for charity.
you know, because where he's like, you know, let me have another look at the painting, and, you know, he's like, oh God, like, that you should have played that, like, but, oh well, that's okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, but, like, yeah, Doug just laughing himself to death, because he can't help him, he just can't help it, because it, like, it cracks him up, where, like, Tom, he like, jumped, like, he... like goes up in the ceiling, like he's like with his head being in the ceiling, like it still hurts from like the trap on his butt, like I guess, but anyways, so yeah, that was good. That was a good top 11 list, like of some of the best Tom and Jerry episodes. And again, I respect the top 11 list that Doug has done, you know, of picking out some of the best top 11 Tom and Jerry episodes. You get my point. All right, enough said. Jump cut to my thoughts now. Hey guys, so that was my reaction to the Nostalgia Critic's top 11 list of the best Tom and Jerry episodes. Yeah, oh my gosh, like, what a heck of a reaction video this is, like, I tell you, because, like, you know, to dealing with the ads and the fact that this is, like, the only Nostalgia Critic episode currently where there is no sponsor in this. Well, like, not, like, say, like, not in the intro, nor, say, in the middle, smack down the middle of this video, where, you know, there would be a commercial playing. But, of course, you know, at the end of the video, because, you know, and as the credits are rolling, yeah, we do get, like, charity shout-out. So, yeah, as in any Nostalgia Critic video as of now, so... But yeah, like those ads randomly playing and, you know, just never know when they're gonna pop up. So, especially if you're in the middle of recording a reaction video. But yeah. So, the list of the Tom and Jerry episodes that Doug chose, that he considers like some of the top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes, yeah, good choices. Like, I won't deny it. I respect the list of Tom and Jerry episodes that Doug had chose. And yeah, because it's a bit of a shame that this is, like, I think, like, the only, it's like the only, like, Nostalgia Critic video where Doug is not on screen in the wardrobe that we all know so well, that he wears, you know, from the coat, the red tie, the glasses. Actually, you know, Doug actually doesn't really wear glasses. They're fake lens. And of course the hat, and with the wall background. Yeah, it's a shame that, you know, it wasn't that he wasn't able to do it for this. Yeah, I was well aware about what was going on with Doug. I remember because seeing like, I think, like, yeah, community posts and Facebook posts from Doug about what had been going on with him. And not to mention, like, he even pointed this out when he reviewed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, Mutant Mayhem, so I remember that very well. And again, I think after this, like, that's when he got back on camera, I think. I mean, I'll have to check, so... But yeah, like, I do remember there was another Nostalgia Critic video, which being a top 11 list, a top 11 video, and that being the top 11 adult jokes we never got as kids. In that one, like, at the beginning of the video, like, Nostalgia Critic left a brief message, and he was unable to be there and to talk about the adult jokes that we never got as kids. So basically, like, you know, the clips played, and it's like, just leaving you, like, realizing what they're saying as of now. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, and if you've seen that top 11 video. So, there's that. Alright, so, some of the episodes, the Tom and Jerry episodes, I should say, in this top 11 list, yeah, some good ones. Like, I was gonna talk about this, like, Mice Follies, if I'm saying that word right, I think, yeah. Jerry and Tuffy, they're ice skating, and, like, yeah, because what they do, like, they ice the water because they're flooding, like, the kitchen. It's pretty funny. I was gonna say, like, I'm curious if anybody, any kids back then, when this cartoon came out in the 1940s, if any kid got the idea of doing that, and you get my point, like, if you get what I'm saying, like, I really wonder if that happened. Like, who knows? Maybe. Just, any dumb kid, like, would want to do something like what, I guess, in a movie or a cartoon does. And also, the one where Tom, he dies and is gonna go to, basically, like, cat heaven. Like, I think I remember that. I think I remember seeing that, and, like, yeah, cartoons back then where you see, like, some cartoon characters, like, in hell. Like, as I pointed out, Looney Tunes did some of that, like, Daffy Duck, like, he was gonna receive, like, a letter and being going into the military, back when, like, World War II happened, and, receiving a letter from the man from the draft board, and he's trying to avoid the man from the draft board, and at one point, he kills himself, and he ends up in hell, but the man from the draft board is in hell, and still trying to chase him and give him the letter to join the military. Oh my gosh. And even, like, oh yeah, and another one that I can think of, Sylvester, making his way into hell, and, like, there's a bulldog who's the devil, so I remember that. And Saturday Evening Puss, I remember that very well, and for that being number 2, yeah, there's a lot of great funny stuff in that, and as Doug pointed out, like, top 11 things on how the ending to this is funny, where, Mammy Two Shoes receives the phone call, runs straight back to the house, and, confronts Tom and his cat friends. Just so perfect. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice that Doug had to point out, Whoopi Goldberg, like, I actually, like, I have this, like, I remember getting that, the DVD of, like, the Tom and Jerry cartoon collection, and where Whoopi Goldberg does an introduction talking about Tom and Jerry, and talking about Mammy Two Shoes, and, her talking about Mammy Two Shoes and how we should not ignore the fact that Mammy Two Shoes appeared in the Tom and Jerry cartoons, again, just perfectly well done. Like, again, I applaud Whoopi Goldberg for that. Like, she knows her stuff, and with the cartoons and so on. You get my point. And number 1, which being, what was the name of that again? Let me see. Yeah, The Truce Hurts. That's right, The Truce Hurts. For that being number 1, okay, as I stated before, I'm pretty sure that, with all of the Tom and Jerry cartoons that are on this top 11 list, some I have seen before but can't really remember that well, because, again, it's been so long since I've seen a buttload of Tom and Jerry cartoons. But some of them that are in this top 11 list, I remember them very well, from the Christmas one to, what's in number 2, now I have to check the name again, jeez. Let me see, yeah, Saturday Evening Puss, right. And the one where Tom is playing piano, that one, I remember those very well. Okay, so yeah, The Truce Hurts, but wait a second, no, not The Truce Hurts, jeez. What was it again? Hold on a second, I gotta check and see. Not The Truce Hurts, it's not The Truce Hurts, sorry. Mouse Trouble. Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm sorry. The Mouse Trouble. But, here's the thing. The Truce Hurts. Like, here's the thing, because, like, let me see, because because that just reminded me of something. I don't think Doug didn't put in a Tom and Jerry cartoon with the Bulldog character. So, yeah. All right, so Not the Truce Hurts, Mouse Trouble, that being number 1. Yeah, because as Doug went into full detail about this Tom and Jerry cartoon, all the funny stuff that goes on, and, Tom having a book on how to, I assume, how to get a mouse, and at one point, reading one page and saying that a mouse can't fight back, and, just, we don't see it, but we see that, he's going, passes by the wall, and, we hear, punching going on, and then Tom, we see him, and, he's all beat up, and as, Doug pointed out, because when he said, "Don't you believe it," the way Tom says it, who cares? It's still funny and so memorable, don't you think? And as I pointed out, and I can now talk about this fully, there was another Tom and Jerry cartoon later on that would reuse that same audio piece where Tom says, "Don't you believe it?" It was the one where there was a white mouse, and on the radio, they say that if the white mouse comes near you, and if anything touches the white mouse, if lay a finger on it, the white mouse will explode. And at one point, near the end of the cartoon, the radio says that, this just in, we just found out that the white mouse will not explode. And Tom basically, he's about to, boot it out of the window and, out of the house, and literally with his foot. And when he does so, what happens next? The white mouse explodes. Oh my gosh. And then, you hear the radio saying, "We repeat, the white mouse will not explode." Tom coming out of the crumble of, the house and saying, "Don't you believe it?" And boom, that's how the cartoon ends. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Mouse Trouble, more on Mouse Trouble, and yeah, with the humor, and Hannah, as he pointed out, William Hanna? Yeah. Doing the screams for Tom, just amazing, and, one joke that basically kills Doug, and that being when the mouse trap, it gets Tom's butt, and he, it causes him to fly into the air and, hit the ceiling, and Tom's screaming, "Oh gosh," and that killing Doug, you can just hear it in his voice and him laughing, it's killing him. And he's just, is he wanting to make himself die of laughter? Because he kept repeating it, jeez. Yeah, so yeah, and, by the way, there were no Tom and Jerry cartoons done by Chuck Jones in this top 11 list. And I guess, I can understand that. This is all, because this top 11 list is about the best Tom and Jerry episodes that come straight from William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. Those two guys were the ones that started Tom and Jerry. And no hard feelings to, and I'm sure the same goes for Doug, no hard feelings, of Doug, for him, no hard feelings on the Chuck Jones Tom and Jerry cartoons. I have seen a couple of those, and I don't see why not. Surely, they didn't disappoint when Chuck Jones did them. So, you know what? I was thinking of, and one more thing, I was thinking about this one Tom and Jerry cartoon that, could this be in the top 11 list? But no, it wasn't. That being the last Tom and Jerry cartoon that Hanna-Barbera did before it was over, before, when they no longer did Tom and Jerry cartoons, the last one they did, which being Tom and Jerry, on the train tracks, if anybody remembers that. And that's another thing, because Doug Walker, aka Nostalgia Critic, did a video on that talking about the last Tom and Jerry cartoon produced by Hanna-Barbera, where Tom and Jerry are about to end their lives by killing themselves on the train tracks because they're so depressed. Because of, Tom was in love with a girl cat, and Jerry was in love with a mouse girl, but, they never got a chance to be with them, and that causes them in a terrible depression. And it was pretty funny at the end of Nostalgia Critic's, like, review on that episode, like, he at one point checks his phone, and he sees that 50 Shades of Grey is making a lot of money, and that basically sends Critic into a huge depression. And this was good editing. Like, Doug, aka Nostalgia Critic, joins Tom on the train tracks. Oh my gosh. And again, that was some good editing, like, able to cut out Jerry and to put yourself in there right next to Tom, and that being in the thumbnail. And if you guys know which video I'm talking about, and if you've seen that, oh my gosh. And I never knew about that Tom and Jerry cartoon until I saw the Nostalgia Critic video talking about that. So, and if any of you, like, have that happen to you as well, like me. But anyways, okay, so overall, the Nostalgia Critic's top 11 list of the best Tom and Jerry cartoons, again, I think he picked out some pretty good ones, and yeah, how much detail he talked about them, going into full detail, I should say, about all the 11 Tom and Jerry episodes. Yeah, I can see why, and definitely these 11 Tom and Jerry cartoons / episodes, they are definitely some of the best. And what about you guys? What did you think of the video itself, and what did you think of my reaction? Leave comments, and give this reaction video a like, as always. So, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the Nostalgia Critics video of the top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes, even though the word best is not in the title. Still, because I think it makes sense, because they are some of the top 11 best Tom and Jerry episodes. More reaction videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video / reaction. Take care, and peace out.